My name is Marcus Boles, President and CEO of Customized Minds, and I'm excited that you're here. Welcome and thank you for tuning in to getting some more great information that's going to inspire and empower your life. And that is what we do here at Customized Minds by way of information and awareness. So, what are we talking about today? We got another great topic. It's going to be able to be something that you can implement and definitely move you towards your goals, your aspirations, and of course, your purpose for changing this world. Well, we're talking about nudges by association. And this philosophy is a great one. I first heard it from my mentor, Jim Rohn, the late great, that many of you probably know. If you don't know, definitely look him up and look into his material. He has changed so many people's lives, and even still, yet today, his message and his information lives with us. So it's coming from him, and I love this one, and I hope this nugget is able to impact your life as it has mine and our team here at the organization. So what does nudges by association mean? Well, Jim Rohn, he was very, very particular about giving it to you straightforward, real simple, not complex, and that's why many people fell in love with his training and why it was able to impact so many people, because it was simple and you could implement it straight to the point. Well, what he meant by nudges through association was that your association, when you look around them in the environment that you're in, your family, your friends, your job, your careers, people you hang out with, they don't just, kick you into a direction. Just ever so slightly, they nudge you to accept or adopt their mindset, their philosophies, their way of doing things, how they view the world. It's all by just simple nudges, just little drops in the bucket, but compounded over time, it has developed you into the person that you are. So I'm going to use people on the extreme ends. So if you look at someone who is maybe borderline poverty, and let's back up for a second. Let's say everyone, these two people that I'm going to describe, these two groups, were equally given the same opportunity, the same education, the same amount of resources, the exact same everything, but by their associations, it moved them in different directions. So have that in mind as you follow me through this exercise. So over here, you have someone who is borderline poverty. They're barely making ends meet. They always watch the news. They may be always going out to the bars or to the latest clubs, or charging things on their credit card when they know they don't have the money to pay it off at the end of the month. Just doing all types of things, just getting by. May not be actively involved in the community. Doesn't really like to go to church or have faith or speak positivity or encourage people. They're just barely hanging on to life by a mere thread of some level of happiness, meek and mediocre joy, and just at the bottom of the bottom, so to speak. Now, again, take that same person that had the same education, resources, opportunity, environment, and you look at someone over here in this bucket. This person has a successful business, has 50 to 100 or so people working for them. They're very actively in the community. They go to church or their religious organization or group every Sunday or constantly throughout the week. They are helping people. They're full of life. They're full of energy. They're passionate. They're always giving. They're always loving, and they always just seem to be very optimistic about things that are going on. They read books. They go to seminars. They share that information. They find a way to give that information, knowledge, and wisdom back. They haven't had any divorces. Their children are going to college. They went to college. Now this is this bucket over here, this just amazing person or amazing group of people. Now, if those two groups of people had the exact same environment, exact same education, exact same resources, opportunity, all provided to them, what is the difference? Well, I go back to what Jim Rohn said. Nudges through association. the people that you surround yourself with, again, don't just dramatically kick you in one of those two buckets. Over the course of time, compounded, they nudge you in those directions. That can be over here with these guys that are filled and it just seems like life is just going 100% their way. Or that can be over here with these guys where just life is just barely hanging on and it just seems like they can't never get it right. Again, your associations are ultimately what push you and really just slightly subtle every single day nudge you in one of those two directions. So that's the exercise. That was the example. So now that I ask you, what bucket are you in? And a key thing to understand is that just because you're in one bucket doesn't mean that you can't get to the other bucket. Because the moment you change your associations, you will begin to shift to one or the other. So someone over here that has life, it seems like life is just going on there in the fairies and the pastures, if they stop doing many of those things that have kept them in that bucket, they will find themselves drifting over here. And for someone that is over here in this bucket that, is just, full of negativity, hasn't been able to get things right, they may be 50 years old, just in this constant cycle, but they can get this video. They can realize this exercise that I just walked through and taking the teachings from Jim Rohn and starting to move over to the greener side of the pasture. So again, I ask you, which bucket are you in, and what are you doing if you're over here in the pasture, in the green, where the success bucket is, to stay there? Because you must continue to learn. You must continue to grow. You must continue to share. You must continue to educate yourself, because when you stop, as I have already said, you will start to drift back. Life is continuous. It does not care when you want to break. It does not care what you have in store. It does not care what you do or don't want. It only cares about how you respond to it. That's it. That simple. And if you want to write that down, quote it. Life only cares about how you respond to it. So take this information, share it with someone. I encourage you to implement it in your life. It has worked wonders for me. Once I understood that nudges through associations are ultimately what matter on which side of the bucket that I am. And if you're in the middle and kind of just teetering or tottering, that may be a worse scenario, even a worse isn't a word, it's going to be in this video, than being in one of the two buckets, because now you're just constantly just pulled and pulled and pulled and pulled and pulled in both directions. And I know that's definitely not fun. So make a decision which direction you want to go. So as I always say, you have what you say now. If you believe it now, it is yours to have right now, today, in this lifetime. The power of life and death is truly, truly, truly in the tongue. More importantly, it's in the mind, but first and only first, one must believe in their heart and their life will begin to change. Take care, share the information, put your comments below, and I'll see you on the next one.